going on, everybody? Massy here from Soul King Crew TCG. Tonight we're bringing you the updated first place from our weekly tournament Smoker deck profile. It was my first OP-02 tournament that I played in, and we were able to take it home versus a lot of solid players. So it was a great tournament, great night, and 5 rounds we ended up playing and ended up going right 5-0. And our matchups ended up being Law round 1 and 2, which is a pretty scary deck going into the new meta, right? Being able to play the Vistas and the Machinos and kind of pump your lower cards and just push in for some aggro plays. But we were able to deal with their boards early with our cards like Kobe and other cards to deal with not being KO'd by effects, which really helps push through those like red matchups. So round 3, we played against Kinemon, which was a very scary matchup. They had a huge advantage on us early, but we were able to get to that late game and ended up dropping 2 10-drop Kuzans, and were able to stay healthy enough to kind of push through and end up winning the game. Round 4, we played against Whitebeard, which was a pretty close match. I like keeping my health pretty, I guess, at a high number versus Whitebeard, just because they're able to push through. They didn't end up seeing the field spell, which definitely hurts Whitebeard. I've seen in testing and playing against it. So that was also a great match, but our final match was against Red Zoro, which also amazing match. Shout out to my boy Ruthless Reg. We had a great game, and he ended up dropping some huge Whitebeards on us, so it was like the Kuzan versus Whitebeard game. So it ended up being a phenomenal match. Also got in there with the 5-drop Smoker, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But without further ado, let's jump into the deck profile here. So our boy Smoker taking it home, right? A lot of the times that we were playing tonight, we found that attaching the 1 Dawn and keeping maybe a 1-drop up of one of our opponents after they're playing it, just being able to get that extra 1k power and swinging for a 7k with our leader every turn was absolutely insane, right? Because a lot of the time I felt myself kind of keeping my characters alive on board and swinging for a big leader attack and maybe 1 character attack each turn while popping blockers, and I was able to kind of will my opponent down while keeping control. So Smoker was great all night, and definitely probably going to be the deck I'm going to main going into OP-02. Kuzan, we ended up bumping up to 4. Me and Trib have been doing a lot of testing with the black deck and just the ratios and the numbers that we should be playing, and Kuzan definitely feels like a 4 of. We ended up cutting Great Eruption, so we don't get the draw and the replacement card there, but having Kuzan, playing him, having him replace himself, or using him as a discard outlet seemed absolutely fine. So bumping him to 4 it worked perfect all night. Kobe, we actually should have at 4 here. Not sure why I was at 3, but Kobe was one of the best cards in the deck all night. Him being able to hit a 3 or less was insane. With all the cards that we have that are able to minus something, playing Kobe to get rid of stuff early, like advantage cards, Bonnie, Momos, or cards against Zoro like Robins or even Namis or Sunnies, right? Just to kind of stop or slow their game down. He was insane the entire time. Never used him as a combo, always used him for his effect and just as a 4K. One of my games versus Law, I was able to end the game with an 11k Kobe swing, so Kobe was the boy the entire night. This card's insane. Played at 4. Another card that you have to play at 4, Sakazuki, right? Just being able to pop a 5-drop Law, pop the Queen blocker, pop anything that's big when you're minusing it with your other cards. He was insane the entire night, and insane. You have to play this card at 4, and just him being a 7k, you attach a Dawn to him, swing in for big numbers, and he was crazy. So definitely play 4 of him. Another card that I've really liked in testing going forward. This is a card that we added 4 of. Amazing in the red matchup, being able to be a 6k when you have a 0 cost in play, right? Versus Whitebeard, we left our opponent's Otama on board, and we were just minusing at 1 every turn with leader, and then had our Smoker and was able to just swing in for a 6k just to kind of pressure a card out of their hand every turn. He ended up being insane. So I would definitely play Smoker. Suru, just a 2k every turn, or every game. I just used her as a 2k, never really played her for a minus cost, but there was definitely situations where it was an option, but I'd rather just keep her in hand to stay healthy or keep my characters alive. Rosinante, I loved it as a 4-of, played it a bunch, right? If there was a chance for me to play it early and just keep myself healthy early versus some rush decks like Zoro, play it if I'm going second if I have it. Rosinante was great, definitely played it 4. Another 4-of blocker that you need to play, Borsellino. Versus the red matchup, it's insane. Can't be KO'd by effects on your opponent's turn, right? It's not getting jet pistoled. It was great all night. Borsellino's amazing card. You're able to keep him alive, keep him healthy, keep your characters alive, right? And even there was a couple times where I was able to push in for game with him. So another 2K that we definitely want to play it for. Never played him on field for my effect. I feel like versus a lot of the matchups, he's kind of easy to deal with, but he's a great 2K. If you find yourself in a position where you're able to play him down and keep him healthy, the card's insane, right? And if anybody has those alt arts, let me know. I'm definitely looking for 4. Also Kuzan, bumping to 3 was definitely the choice. Keep it at 3. I definitely saw it as much as I needed it to. Versus Kinemon, I was able to end the game by having 2 of them on the board and getting rid of some of his blockers. So the static effect to -5 of all your characters' costs on your turn is great. Until we get the 8-drop Fujitori, this is the move, so definitely play this. This card helped me win one of my matchups in the tournament and was insane. Another card that can't be KO'd by card effects, which is an effect that I felt all tournament was relevant. So being able to keep him alive, there was a time where I had my opponent at 2 life, and I was able to kind of have their hand at a low size where I was able to dump enough on this character. They had a 1 cost on field, activate my leader ability, he gets a double attack, push in for a game that way. So Smoker was great. Tashigi, another 2K. Playing the 12 2Ks was definitely how I prefer to play the deck. Being able to combo out of a lot of those aggro decks that are swinging for lower numbers early, keeping my bigger monsters alive or my bigger characters on board. It's definitely a card that I'll keep it for. So the 4 2Ks, the Garp, the Tashigi, and Suru, they were good all night. Helmeppo, this is probably the only card that I would debate changing. Never played it. It seems good on paper. Just for the -3, it's a 3K body, so you can put 2 Dawn on it and swing for a damage, but I think this is something that probably comes out in testing, and I'll try something else for now, but it was okay. I used it as a 1K counter. Meteor Volcano, I want to test this at 4, so maybe one of the Helmeppos can become this. But this card was great, especially versus Law and Zoro, just being able to deal with their low-cost cards early if I was going second. This is a deck that I always wanted to go second. Having the 2 Dawn just to curve out that way was great. This card, I was able to pop Nami's early just to kind of relieve that pressure, right? And the turn 2 swings. I was able to kind of minus things and get rid of bigger cards if I needed to when Kuzan was on board. If I needed to get rid of extra blockers, I was able to do that. So Meteor Volcano was great. Another card that is really fun to play and control the board early. So all night I felt myself kind of versus these aggro matchups keeping my life at a higher number early. So if I was able to keep the 2 Dawn open early, I found even against Zoro, he had a turn where he had a Robin on board, he played another Robin, he swung in with his leader, and I was able to kind of impact wave, get rid of one of the Robins, and then on the follow-up turn kill his other Robin and just control the board that way. So you're able to just kind of pop a bunch of stuff in the deck, and it felt great just being able to get rid of blockers, get rid of characters that were kind of annoying with all my card effects, being able to just remove stuff and then just kind of punch in whenever I needed to for games. So the deck was insane all night. I think it's a deck that you're most likely going to be seeing all over the place. It's a deck that you should definitely try. All these numbers felt pretty solid, right? Like I said, maybe we try something else in place for the Helmeppo, but I was thinking it was maybe even a spicy tech, the Banish, but who knows? We'll have to test it. So the Smoker deck, it's a great deck. Definitely give it a go. Try it out. Let me know what you think. First place, undefeated. First tournament for OP-02. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. Leave a comment telling me maybe something that you would change, something that you would try, or if you tested the deck, let me know how you enjoyed it. So definitely loving Smoker going into the new meta. Give it a go, and remember, if we hit that 100 subs, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. So if we hit that 100 subs, we'll be doing our structure deck giveaway for the Navy Admiral structure deck coming out March 10th. So thanks again, and this is Massy from Soul King Crew signing off. Catch you next time. Once again, everyone, thanks for stopping by and checking out the content here at Soul King Crew TCG. If you're liking the content, make sure you check out the videos, leave a like, leave a comment, and sub to the channel. We're getting closer to that 100 sub goal giveaway. So we're loving the support and excited to check out more OP-02 content just coming out in a week here. So we'll get some box openings coming out and more meta discussion. We're looking at a tier list video coming out pretty soon here, so look forward to that, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.